Good morning, everybody. As you guys can tell, I got some journaling in from my dreams last night. I've been dream journaling and just journaling in general for nearly 7 years now. And every day, it's just part of my routine. Sometimes I'll do it in the morning first thing. Sometimes I'll do it at the nighttime. But if I have some extra thoughts or ponderings that I want to jot down, I also did a little bit of just creativity this morning. I woke up with a tune in my mind from a dream, and I just started to play it and just see if I can make something out of it. I'll probably write some lyrics for it later today, but I wanted to come through with this video, kind of another blog style today, because got some interesting things happening today, and I wanted to shine some light on a few thoughts that I've had recently about how your intelligence is going to make people uncomfortable, and you might not even be the most book smart person on the planet, but if you've got street smarts and you've got wisdom to you, you may not have all the fancy words and whatnot that people use or the platitudes of discourse, but hey, if you can discern spirits, that's all the kind of intelligence you need, because a lot of people confuse the difference between memorizing things and intelligence, because that's what a lot of school does nowadays. A lot of the universities, for example, they don't care about you actually thinking critically for yourself. They just want to make sure that you're regurgitating information, and on this channel that's not what I promote. But anyways, guys, we're gonna have some more to say on this topic, but I'll be hitting the gym now, letting the car warm up, because it's pretty chilly right now. It's in the probably 22, 23 degrees, but yeah, we'll let the car warm up some more, get the ice off of it, hit the gym. And I don't really know what I'll be hitting on the gym today. Usually I like to just let the day pan out the way it is going to be, let my intuition and instincts guide me. Obviously I did chest and tries yesterday, so I'm probably not going to do that, but we'll be hitting something for sure. I like to play racquetball or basketball to kind of get loose beforehand, see how things go. My regimen is just go till it hurts. A lot of people have like, oh, I have to be doing this today, I have to be doing that. It's like, that's fine if you want to do that, but I mean, that's just not me. That's not the way that I go, and I still got a lot of energy, and I still have a lot of will to push through and get through the day when I'm in the gym. So that's what I'm gonna do. But anyways, guys, we'll see you all at the gym. Back from the gym, got a meal in, and got some more work done. I'm now preparing for the Legends of Stoicism class that we're going to have in the Regal Change Academy here in a little bit. And then I'm going to be making some chili afterward, because it's that time of the week, man. It's that time of the week to get that chili in, to get those meal preps done. So I'll be making some chili tonight, and you know what? I'll probably go ahead and film that with you guys, because I want to show you guys what I do. And some people have had questions about what I'm doing with my chili and all that. So we'll leave that in there. But for now, what I want to focus on is reminding you guys that you don't need to try to change these people's minds that are scared of your intelligence or that are intimidated by your intelligence. You don't need to try to change their mind about who you are, because they've likely already created a story in their head about what kind of person you are, and there is nothing that you can say or do that's going to convince them otherwise, because they are so focused on just making sure that their side of the story is heard or whatever, that they're not even going to look at your side of the story. And that's just going to be the way that it is, and we don't necessarily need to try to change these kinds of people's minds. And When was the last time that you really were able to have a debate with somebody anyway and thought to yourself, like, that actually is a good point? Most people don't want to change their minds, so that's why I don't even participate in debates or arguments. I'll say things that are up for debate, absolutely, but I'm not gonna be in a debate with these people. It's just gone to show that most people don't really want to go in to change their minds or be willing to change their minds. They're trying to defend themselves and defend their ideology that they so firmly hold on to, rather. And they don't want to let it go, because if they do let it go, they'll have to admit that what they're doing and the way that they're behaving is not accurate right now. And I have no problem, absolutely no problem at all, if I'm having certain kinds of thought algorithms that are resulting in results that I don't necessarily want. If the things that I'm doing and the thought algorithms that I have are increasing the probability of hindrances in the future, I'm going to change my thought algorithm. I have no problem with that. And I'm sure that most of you guys that have the intelligence to do this as well, you have no problem with this, because you understand that this is okay. Like, part of life is change, and it takes tremendous courage to have that implementation of change, but even more so to be even willing to commit to a new way of life and to admit that you are perhaps wrong in your view, or that you could just tinker it up a little bit. Sometimes your point of view is not necessarily wrong. It's just more that you haven't shaped it properly. It's kind of like Play-Doh. I'm sure everybody's played with Play-Doh. And, when you get it in I guess it's like the container, I guess. I was going to call it a can, but it wasn't really a can. This container, you can shape the Play-Doh however you want. And have you noticed that some people are much more better at bringing out certain shapes than other people? It's the same kind of thing with life. Okay, it's the same kind of thing with power. It's the same kind of thing with influence. You've got to know how to mold the game in a way where it's going to increase your probability of success down the line, and orienting yourself to ensure that the domain of apprehension that you are participating in is going to lead to a good outcome. People don't want you to be healthy in your mind. They don't want you to be healthy in your soul. They don't want you to be smart. They don't want you to have actual critical thinking skills, because that's what society is founded on. Society hates people like yourself. If you're watching this, this is probably for you. Society hates people like you that refuses to be manipulated, or when you see it, you just kind of smile and, I know what you're doing, buddy. I know what you're doing, but it's not going to work. They hate people like us, guys. They hate people like this. They hate a man that is able to be joyfully stoic. They hate a woman that is actually preserving herself for her relationships. She's not just a hoe. She's not just that whatever goes, I'm a box that any key can open kind of a gal. That's not the kind of woman that, like the kind of woman that we prop up in our society nowadays are women like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, all these rapper women that are like the boss babe, whatever. It's just not conducive to a probable outcome that's going to result in anything good. Look at the results that these people have. Is this something that you want? Even with myself, ask the same thing with yourself. Before anybody makes a judgment about me, I say, look, like, if you don't like what I have as far as results, that's fine. But if you like what I have as a result, and you see that I have certain results spiritually or materialistically, which materialistically, I purposely don't really have a lot of material possessions or accolades, because I don't really believe in those. For me, it's more about spirit and truth, because in the Bible, John 4:24, it says that those that truly worship God worship in spirit and truth. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to bring spirit and truth and life back to the people. I'm here to give life back to the people, because I've been able to take all of this pain that I've developed throughout this life, and I've been able to cultivate it, shape it like that Play-Doh, and I've been able to monetize that pain now. and I encourage you all to do the same. Let the pain drive you. And that's way easier said than done, and a lot of people don't even know what that means, but this is where intelligence comes into play. You have to know how to play the game, and you have to know what it means to even play the game to begin with. And that takes intelligence, that takes strategy, and that takes the capability of deception. And I'm not saying you should be deceptive, but I'm saying that you should have the capacity to do so. All right. Well, anyways, guys, I've got to get prepared for the Legends of Stoicism class that we've got. I will be back soon. All right, we just finished up the Legends of Stoicism class. So now I am getting ready to cook. So I've got the meat here in the pot, and I'm just going to let that cook before I put everything else in. I usually put the green pepper, red onion, garlic, and ginger in after the meat is cooked. And then I'll usually put in the pinto beans. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Hold on. Yeah, so the pinto beans, and then the crushed tomatoes, tomato sauce, and kidney beans. I've liked to do a couple cans of the pinto beans and a couple cans of the crushed tomatoes and the tomato sauce, just to get more of a little oomph to it. I'll also be adding some spices in a little bit, but I'm going to get cutting up the vegetables now. Okay, so the meat was cooked enough to where I could put the vegetables in. So I'm just going to stir this up, put a little bit of spice in there. All right, so for the spices, I chose this chili adobo seasoning. And then I've also got chili powder and then chipotle chili. That's what I've got, along with salt, of course. And I don't really have like a necessarily a teaspoon of this, a teaspoon of that. I just put it in there. Okay, this is just part of the process of artistry, okay? Just put it however you feel like it. Let the seasoning marinate and let it go. A lot of people think that cooking is super hard. It's really not that hard. And this is one of the other reasons why intelligent people, I genuinely think most people that are intelligent know how to cook. They don't always are the ones cooking. They're not always the ones cooking, but they know how to cook. Okay, it's not hard. It's not hard to follow this process. I washed these out and drained them. Now adding the tomato sauce and the crushed tomatoes. A little bit of beef broth. Now you can do however much you want. You don't have to do what I'm doing. The way that I'm making this, it's just the way that I'm making this, okay? Make it how you like it. I like mine to be a little bit more thick as far as the chili side goes, so I'm not going to put as much beef broth as I would if I liked it to be a little bit more of a soupy kind of a flavor and texture. Now once that it's all mixed up pretty well, I put a little bit of each seasoning. After I've stirred everything in and put everything in, I'm going to put a cover over this, and I'm going to let it sit for about 45 minutes or so, and then we'll come back. We'll be able to portion everything. And this usually makes about 5 servings. So I've got about 1.5 pounds of meat in here, and along with everything else that I've showed you guys. So after about 45 minutes, I'll come back and I'll show you guys what it looks like, and we'll enjoy. Time to let it cool down, and it'll be ready to serve. All right, well, that's the finished product. Great nutrition, great fuel. That's the kind of stuff that'll stick to your bones, as they say. One of the beautiful things that I love about cooking is that it allows me to marinate in the depths of my psyche and allow whatever is needing to manifest in my thoughts be manifested. It's a very meditative experience to cook. And so as I was pondering the topic that we have today on how your intelligence is intimidating to other people, and how your intelligence can also be indicative of their unscrupulous actions, because they would rather, some of these people out here would rather go to the grave holding on to their unscrupulous anxieties and ideologies and delusions, thinking that you're living in a delusion while you're building something real. And you know, it's so annoying to hear these people, because you're thinking to yourself, when they say, you know, certain things that about you and they're hating on you, you're just like, who the fuck are you again? Like, who is this person? Like, who do you think you are? This is a person that strikes me as completely arrogant in the worst possible way. They're completely thin-skinned in their arrogance. They're not even confident in their arrogance. They're just thin-skinned. And you know, that's going to be a lot of what people like us have to deal with if we are really on the righteous path, striving to do something that is truly beautiful and make something truly beautiful that is actually real. They're going to think you're living in a delusion. They're going to think that you're living in fairy tale land. Meanwhile, they're the ones not doing anything real with their life. And so you have to recognize that just because they think that everybody else is living in the same kind of delusion that they are, doesn't necessarily mean that we have to live that way. Okay, and you're going to be undeniable at a certain point in which they want to believe that you're not going to be who you are, and that's fine. You know, they still might deny you, but your results will speak for themselves. And you don't have to necessarily bank your self-confidence or self-esteem on your achievements. You have your achievements because of your confidence and competence. Okay, so keep that straight, keep it right, keep it fresh, keep it light, and keep yourself to yourself. Okay, remember to, when we're dealing with these kinds of people, you have to recognize that they are by far the ones that are uncomfortable because you can see things clearly and you see through them. They want to act like you can't. They want to pretend like they're the ones that are above you. And it's all out of insecurity, and they're not going to ever admit this. So don't even try to bother trying to convince them otherwise, because they're not listening to you anyway. And you know, that's okay. We don't need those kinds of people to listen to us, because their opinion doesn't really matter at the end of the day anyway. Nobody's gonna see them go down in history as somebody that really made something better for humanity. They're just trying to bring people down. So keep to yourself, keep it honest, keep it authentic, keep it fresh, and stay intelligent. Don't let people try to distinguish certain things because they don't have the intelligence to actually see what's going on. Okay? If you see what's going on, if you see what's true, if you see what's right, that's what matters. All right? So if you do want to join a godly community where we are building our minds, bodies, and souls each and every day, we are encouraging men to be godlike savages, and we are encouraging the women to be warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women. Check out the Regal Change Academy for sure, because we have the paid community and we also have the free Discord channel, both in the links in the description box below. In the paid community right now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, we're doing the Legends of Stoicism class series. That's only going to be available for a limited time. We also have the Godlike Savage class. We have meditation workshops, the narcissistic healing workshops. We also have a lot of different kinds of entrepreneurial opportunities to help you with the basic skills to build your business, etc. Then we also have weekly Maps of the Psyche calls. We also have weekly Regal Assembly calls where we talk about a variety of different topics and subjects, as well as a weekly Bible study call. All within the paid community, all $20 a month. It's a month-to-month membership. So if something doesn't work out in a few months from now, you can cancel just fine, and there's not going to be any penalty fee or whatever. And I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars up front for my course. It's going to change your life. No. This kind of stuff will change your life, but I want this to be a lasting relationship. I want to be surrounded by the people that are the most elite, spiritually minded people, and spiritually just in general. We want to be around people that are actually making an effort each and every day. The calls that we're having in the Regal Change Academy, the paid community, are getting better and better and better. It's so beautiful and cool to see. We also have the free Discord. You'll get an ebook available for you, as well as a meditation guide, fitness guide, etc. All right. I do appreciate everybody moving from the X platform, the YouTube platform, over to X, Rumble, and Instagram. I do want to see more people move over to the X platform, simply because I think you're going to be a fool to think that X is not going to be the top social media program and platform within the next 2 years. I think that's going to be the place to be. So get your digital real estate now, really. I do appreciate all the subscribers, the followers, and all the people that have liked and subscribed or commented rather on this video, and all my videos in general, because that's really what's going to make the algorithm increase so that people can see my videos, because we all know censorship is an issue. With all that being said, peace be with you all. Until next time.